What's going on, fam? It's your boy Manny. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use MyFitnessPal to track your calories, log your food, as well as track your body measurements, so your weight and your inches as well. So let's open up the app. Now, when you first open or download MyFitnessPal, you're going to get a prompt or questionnaire on how much you weigh, your height, more details about your lifestyle, how active you are, how sedentary you are, all that good stuff. And with all those questions in mind, the algorithm for MyFitnessPal is going to create a recommended calorie goal for you to either lose weight or maintain weight or gain weight, all depending on your goals. So that number created by the algorithm is going to be in the top left-hand corner where you see goal. And for me, that number is 2,920 calories for what I want to maintain, which is my body weight, 178 pounds, given my activity and all that good stuff. Now, I've already logged some food and I have 2,000 calories and I have 49 calories included with exercises. So that means I need to eat 810 more calories to be at the net weight or net calorie goal of 2,920 for me, which is quite a bit, but that's how it be sometimes. So first, let's go over measurements to see how you can track your progress that way. So in order to do that, you're going to go to the bottom right of the screen, right to the right of the blue plus on the bottom where you see progress, and you're going to click on that. And from there, you're going to check your progress. You can change the setting of your progress in the top left-hand corner where it says waist. You could change it from your waist measurement to your hip measurement to your neck measurement to your weight, like I said. So we're going to do weight and start off right now. My current weight's 178 pounds, and if I wanted to add a weight, all I have to do is press the plus button right here. And let's see, I gained 2 pounds, and I'm at 180 now. So I'll put that in, and if you want to put a progress photo in as well, feel free. You can use the camera, and it'll input that as well, and it'll add that to your inputs. And to input everything, whether it's food, progress, doesn't matter. You're going to use the check on the top right corner. You use that to input anything. So you're going to check that. And since I've already put 178 pounds today, it's asking me if I want to make sure that I went from 178 to 180. I'm going to click OK. This happens if you plug in multiple weights on the same day, or let's say you measured wrong and you wanted to redo it, it'll ask you that question. So now you can see I've gained 2 pounds since I've started, and it shows that linear increment or that increase, and you'll definitely be able to see more patterns the more often you weigh yourself. I recommend that you weigh yourself about once a week. Any more frequent than that, and you're going to start discouraging yourself. And remember, this is going to be happening over time, not over a couple of days. So don't stress yourself out. Measure yourself once a week. And same thing goes for, let's say I'm going to go over my neck measurement real quick. Let's say my neck measurement was 15 inches. And same thing, you hit that plus sign. Same thing goes for your waist, whatever else you want to measure. And now let's go to how to track your food. So in order to track your food, you got to go down to your diary, which is on the left side of the blue plus on the bottom. And this is where you see everything when it comes to tracking your food. This is my diary of my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. And this refreshes every day. And it's important that you input this information and log it in every single day to get specific results. And I know that's tedious, but that is the way to go. And that's what's important. If you want to see results specifically and quickly, you got to be logging this every single day. So let's add something to lunch. Let's say I had an apple with my lunch, so you could see how to add food. Now, there are multiple ways that you can add your food. You could either scan a meal. If you scan certain foods, depending on the shape, let's say it's a fruit, the app should be smart enough to pick up that you're looking at an apple, and it'll give you specifics based off that. I'm not going to get into that because that's pretty self-explanatory. Same with scanning a barcode. If you have a food in a container, let's say you have some peanuts in a little can or in a little plastic container, you can scan the barcode, and the specifics of that nutrition facts will come right up, and you could just plug it right in, which is very convenient. But right now I'm going to go over how to do it manually. Let's say you don't have that, so Let's say I had a apple, specifically a Fuji apple. If you search for specific foods, you will get specific results. But it's important that you be specific. List all the brands that you're eating, all that good stuff. So let's say I had a large Fuji apple with my food, and then you could change the serving size, whether it's one large or that's the only unit that they have for apples. Some other foods have multiple serving sizes. But let's say I had, half of the apple. So you can go to half and you can click out, and that's good. And just how I edited that, I just clicked on the actual little box, and it gave me freedom to change the serving size. So we're going to stay at 1/2. We're going to click out of it so that we make sure it's 1/2 the 60 calories. And we're again going to press that check in the top right hand corner to see that it's input. And now you can see that my lunch is fully updated with my apples, my rice and beans, an extra serving of rice that I put on top of the chicken that I had. Now, to save some time, you can add a meal. So I'm going to add a meal to my dinner, for example. I only put that I had 3 eggs. And let's add it. And to add a meal, you go to My Meals. So right now I've already created rice and beans, chicken and rice, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich as some of my meals. So I'm going to create a new meal. I'm going to make some steak and potatoes. Let's say I had that for dinner. So you're going to create that meal. To go back again, just to refresh, you're going to tab the create a meal option. And then I can go to label it. I'm going to say it's steak and potatoes. And to add food, all you have to do is go to the blue tab on the bottom where it says add food. Let's say I had organic T-bone steak. All right. And we'll do the 1 serving size. Right now it's just standard, so I got 8 ounces. And I'll use 1 serving, so I have that in there. And then I'll say I had some potatoes. Specifically, we'll go with red potatoes. And let's say I had 3 small red potatoes. And that's usually what I have. So again, I'll check on the top right hand corner, and that's added. And then I'll go back in order to save everything. So everything's already searched for in the dinner column. You know that you're in dinner when you see it on the top of the screen. That's how you know you're creating a meal. If you press that back button, you'll go back to the steak and potatoes meal, and this is where you can save your meals. If you save your meal in the top right-hand corner, the meal is saved, and now you can see I have steak and potatoes. So let's go back to see. Did not add, so we're going to add it because we didn't create it. We're going to go to My Meals. We're going to go to steak and potatoes. And we're going to check it. And now it's in dinner. And it doesn't save the meal per se. It doesn't say that on the diary you can see it doesn't say meal of steak and potatoes, but it does give you the individual ingredients that are in that meal. So everything is nice and logged for you. And I had 1,000 calories for dinner. And given everything that I've input, I've reached my goal of 3,000 calories. I'm over by 100 calories. Generally speaking, if you're within 150 calories plus or minus, you're doing a pretty darn good job of your nutrition tracking, which is awesome. And that's what we want to reach for. So you know already how to log your food, how to save a meal, which is the most important stuff. Last thing we're going to go over real quick is how to track your macros. And for my people who are using Train Arrives with me, you don't have to worry about this. I take care of this part. But for my other people, in order to track your macros, so to see how much protein, sugar, carbs, fat, all that good stuff you're having, you want to go to more on the bottom right. So we were on diary. We're going to go to more again on the bottom right hand corner. And this is where you can see you have profile plans, all that good stuff. You're going to scroll all the way down till you see nutrition. And when you see nutrition, you can see the calories and what meal makes up each calories. But what's really important about this is your nutrients. You really want to check your nutrients, more specifically your protein. You want to reach that goal. What I input just off of the examples, I had a ton of protein. So I had 36 grams more than I was supposed to. That is a little on the high side. You want to try and meet the goals that I set for you. And that's going to vary person to person, but be aware of the goals that I set for you, because that's going to be important. And in addition, you could also see how much carbs, fiber, sugar, fat, all that stuff when you get to the nutrients. Now, for training and what's more important, you can go to macros on the top right-hand corner, and you can specifically see everything that's in there. You can see how much carbs, fat, protein, all that good stuff that makes up your meal, and you can see the breakdown of what percentage of each macro you're eating, which is very, very important. Now, that sums up how you can see your nutrition, carbs, fat, calories, all that good stuff. This pretty much sums it up. I believe I was going to go over hydration too. Let me double check. If you go all the way down to diary, you can add exercises too, but the exercises, they really vary. You can't really input. You can only input calorie burning values for cardio, and for most of my programs, we do a lot of weightlifting. So it's best to sync MyFitnessPal to a fitness tracking device, whether it's Fitbit or Apple Watch or something like that. If you hook that up, then all of your data for your calorie burning will automatically upload to MyFitnessPal, and then you'll be able to see how much you're burning, so you can have a better gauge of how much you should be eating, which is very, very valuable. So if you do have that fitness tracking device, I highly suggest you link it up. Now, one last thing is water. And if you're gonna add your water, you can track your water. For me, I always tell my clients again, the pee test is where it's at. I know it sounds kind of gross, but the color of your pee really is the best way to tell if you're hydrated. If you're semi-clear or clear, that means you're drinking plenty of water, and you actually don't have to drink that much more. If your pee is yellow, you could use to drink a little bit more water, and if your pee is dark yellow, then you definitely are dehydrated and should be drinking some more water. But that sums up pretty well all of the features of Trainerize when it comes to tracking your measurements and tracking your food. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. And remember, stay blessed, not stressed. Love y'all.